What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. I've talked about CRO many of times that I love this position, that I think is going to be worth $1, $2, $3 in certain time periods. And I honestly think that it's going to skyrocket a lot further than what we've seen, right, in the past, as well as what we're even displaying here. And some people may think I'm crazy by saying that it could get to a $75 billion market cap for something that is a borderline, I would say, tier one exchange. It is a tier one exchange in popularity, but when it comes to trading volume, not really seeing that at the moment. And I think that comes with the fact that you're not really seeing the exchange happen for at least the US, where I know majority of people want to trade on crypto.com, but they see those spreads that it has on the app, and or some people are blind to it, but most people see the spreads and you're like, what are you talking about? If BNB is $600, why should I now sell this for 590? So that's $10 difference. That shouldn't be the case, right? Or if I'm going to buy it, instead of buying it for $600, I'm buying it for $610. It's like, why should I do that, right? Those spreads are crazy. Um, but I honestly believe when it comes to CRO, the position kind of behind everything, right? You had crypto.com coin, they rebranded to Kronos. You see the Kronos chain, you see the staking, the activity, the use cases, all these different things that go into what Kronos is and what even crypto.com is. And I honestly believe, and I'll say this, I believe that CRO will be worth more than BNB. Now, you can come from me and go, what do you mean? Why? How do you think it's going to be worth that much, right? BNB is worth what, about $600 at this point, or 550, 570? I don't really know. I'll have to go in and check. But it's worth so much more. Now, do I think the price will be the same? I'm not saying that, right? Honestly, there is a chance, but I'm not saying that's the case. I'm saying that CRO or Kronos will be worth more than BNB. Now, let me explain. But first, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links that are down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter or follow me on Patreon, those links are in the description. Now, one more thing, don't forget about my Margex link if you guys want to leverage trade, if you want to leverage the crypto that you own, if you want to utilize somebody else's money to make yourself more money, which is what the wealthy do, feel free to check out that Margex link down below, where you can trade up to a 100x leverage on things like Bitcoin or Ethereum or BNB. You can trade 50x leverage on Jasmy Coin or XRP or Solana. You can trade 25x leverage on meme coins like Shiba Inu and Dogecoin and Pepe. If you guys are interested in those plays at all, feel free to check those out or check the platform out in the description. I just did a full video on making bank in the crypto market if you guys want to check out that video as well. But let's talk about this Chronos situation, because I know you guys want to hear all about it. Why do you believe that CRO is going to get to, a value or get to a way higher market cap or be worth more than BNB? Well, just to kind of give you an understanding and not to say, oh, you're biased because you own, CRO. I own both of them. If we look at my portfolio, yes, I do own a boatload more of Chronos than I do of BNB. And I'm also down $3,300 because I did invest heavily at these higher tier marks, right? The higher prices that we've been at. And I have 264,000 CRO, give or take a few thousand. Now with BNB, I have about $6,000 worth, or 10 BNB, and pretty much every month I add a little bit more to it, no matter what the price is. But you're seeing it at $172 worth of a gain here. So that's out of the two, I've gained quite a bit with those plays. Now, when it comes to BNB, you look at it and you go, all right, this is kind of an exchange coin as well. And I don't look at it that way. I look at BNB more for the blockchain than it is for the connection to Binance. I feel as though Binance doesn't really have a major use for BNB. However, the chain has a lot of creation that's on it, and I think that's where a lot of the volume and influx comes from, and belief, and because it has that chain. With CRO, you're not necessarily seeing that because you do have the Chronos chain, but you don't have much, like a crazy amount of building that's going on it. You do have some building that's happening on it, but you don't have as much as you have with BNB, obviously. Now, when you look at Chronos in general, when you look at Chronos compared to Crypto.com, just like BNB is compared to Binance, I feel like Chronos is light years ahead of where BNB is. And again, they're only seeing that popularity or growth because of that chain. Once CRO gets everything involved with the exchange, and we see more implementation there, more use, more movement, and more investors into that, I feel as though you're going to see a completely different level. Now, again, let me explain what I'm talking about. So, Crypto.com. Crypto.com finds a way to utilize CRO in so many different ways. They have the Rewards Plus program where you have to hold a certain amount of CRO to even be at a certain level. And then when you are at a certain level, you get rebates, which has transactions, which then flows the CRO to your account, and it flows to different accounts across the board. You're seeing movement that's happening with CRO. You have people that are holding it for a long period of time because they're trying to be at a certain level in the Rewards Plus program. You have people that are staking for Crypto.com in order to have the debit cards that give them so much percentage back. You have them staking for the fact of them getting a higher APY or a higher percentage on other things that they're staking, whether it's BTC or Ethereum or Solana or whatever. You also have the staking percentage that you have in the DeFi wallet, which could be 7 to 10%. I don't really know what it is now. I haven't checked it in a while, but I have some over there and people are staking for a long period of time, gaining something. With all that being said, it has so much strength to it that it does not necessarily need a crazy amount of volume in order to see a price increase. Because when you have something that has that much value to hold, now any volume that happens creates, positivity. Obviously, if it's more negative volume, whether it's 5 million or it's 5 million on the negative side or 5 million on the positive side, you're going to see that push or pull, but you're not going to see as much of an effect to the overall price if it's a pullback. When it comes to an increase, you'll see that major effect because it's a positive with the holding plus a positive with the purchases that are happening here. So, and that's not even mentioning the creation that's happening on the Chronos chain. When it comes to meme coins, when it comes to actual utility coins, there are things that are being created over there, but also implementing it with the exchange. And who's to say that we're not going to see this major exchange? Well, it is a major exchange right now. It's a tier 1 exchange, but it doesn't have the volume. Who's to say that we won't see that get implemented within there and every transaction really flows through, CRO or the cost of CRO, and it happens technically on the chain there, right? I feel as though people don't understand the potential that can happen with, or that we have with CRO versus the potential that we have with BNB. Now, both of them are going to be successful in their own rights. That's why I have both of the positions. But I do believe that people are kind of devaluing and underestimating CRO altogether. And you will see this much more valuable. Now, also, let me put this out there. CRO is labeled as a tier 1 exchange, right? They have 100 million users? They have a lot. They have a lot of users, but they don't really have a crazy amount of volume. And the reason why they don't have a crazy amount of volume, because I said this already, the spreads are ridiculous. So once the spreads change, which comes with the exchange launch for the US, now you have a whole nother look at this. You don't have the larger spreads. You have a smaller fee. You have more transactions that happen. And this goes from a tier 1 exchange to an S tier exchange. The only S tier exchanges, in my opinion, is Binance and Coinbase. And Crypto.com has that potential to be that with all the advertising that they do in the US, but the lack of having an exchange is kind of holding it back a little bit. And I think we're going to see that happen maybe within this year or next year. And you're going to see less fees. You're going to see less of a spread. You're going to see more trading that's happening. And that 100 million users is going to become, a lot more useful than what it has been. because I'm a user of crypto.com, but I don't actively trade on there. But if we had a difference in the spreads, if we had a difference in the fees, if we had a difference in the amount of time you go through these transactions while you're swapping, it's the actual exchange rather than just buying and selling the position and then buying another position, it adds a whole nother level to it and it becomes an S-tier exchange. So once that happens, CRO then becomes a lot more valuable than people think. So that's my explanation. It may have been all over the place, but the point is that I think CRO will be more valuable than BNB. I think BNB has creation that's happening on it, but outside that, I don't really see a crazy like major benefit there. They do have a burn that's associated with it, a quarterly burn that's associated with it, but who's to also say that CRO won't do another 70% burn like they did before? Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Let me know what you think about CRO down below. Do you think that CRO is going to be more valuable market cap wise than BNB? Do you think it's going to be more valuable price wise than BNB? There's a lot of people out there that have higher predictions for a price for CRO, and that's because of what could be with the burns, what could be with the exchange, what could be with everything that they're doing. But guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.